Acidity and bitterness. Those are the two components of coffee that people often get confused with. And both of these attributes can be abundantly present within coffee. So how do you understand what's acidity and bitterness in coffee? By doing some sensory training. I better tell you how to get started. For this example, let's stick with bitterness and acidity, two attributes of coffee that are pretty easy to isolate and replicate by taking these steps. Now, next time you're in the supermarket or near a fruiterer, pick up a lemon or a grapefruit or a fruit of that description, something that is highly acidic. That is going to be a representation of acidity for you. Next, when you're near a chocolatier, or again if you're in a supermarket, pick up some dark chocolate, something with in excess of 85% cocoa mass solids, because that's where the bittering compounds are going to come from. We then need to taste these two things side by side and quite possibly triangulate them with a cup of coffee. So when you're in the kitchen, get your lemon or your grapefruit, maybe squeeze some of the juice into a glass, and then crunch up some of your chocolate, maybe bring it up to room temperature so that we'll be able to perceive those bittering compounds more easily. And also brew yourself a coffee, whether that be espresso or filter coffee. You then need to taste these things in isolation and also together. So have a little bit of that lemon or grapefruit juice, eat some of that chocolate, reference the difference between the two. How does it feel on your tongue? How does it sit? Does it spiky on the front of your tongue, or is it rasping on the back? There's lots of ways that you can think about this. And then if you have that cup of coffee, have a sip. See whether you can perceive that acidity or bittering compounds within the cup of coffee. This process can be replicated for all sorts of different aspects and attributes of coffee: sweetness, body, texture, all those things. You can create a if this then that, or a triangulation by bringing up different food groups. Try it with sugar. Get some white sugar, get some muscovado sugar, make a simple sugar syrup. What do they taste like? Does any of that appear within coffee? So there's a good starting point for sensory training in coffee, which will help you isolate which attributes you enjoy or not. Have fun.